Here we take two non-empty sets A and B. A relation R from A to B is defined as the subset of the Cartesian product. That is, R is the subset of the Cartesian product of A and B. That is, R contained in, or subset of, this is the symbol for subset. R is the subset of A cross B. And now we are going to learn about equivalence relation also. A and B are two non-empty sets. A cross B is the Cartesian product of these two sets. Okay, so I define a relation R and it is the subset of A cross B. The relation is the subset of A cross B. That is, the relation is the subset of the Cartesian product of A and B. Okay, so I take a non-empty set S. Okay, it is also a non-empty set, and R is the relation on S. Okay, R is the relation on S. R is the relation, that is a subset of S. Okay. So I said R is reflexive. Reflexive if the element A is related to A. Okay, if in the set of ordered pairs, okay, if A is related to A, then I say R is reflexive. Okay. Similarly, R is symmetric. This is the reflexive relation, and it is the symmetric relation if A is related to B and B is also related to A. I call the relation R as symmetric. Okay, A should related to B and B should relate to A. Okay, so if in this case I call R is symmetric. Okay, R is transitive if A is related to B and B is related to C. That implies if A is related to C, then I call it as transitive relation. Okay, here these are all the ordered pairs. All ordered pairs are the relations, and A comma A, A comma B, A comma C, A comma C, B comma C, all ordered pairs are belong to R, or the relation. Okay, and this R is the subset of S. So all the ordered pairs are all belong to S. Okay, so here we saw three relations: reflexive relation, symmetric relation, and transitive relation. Okay, if a relation R, okay, this relation R, sometimes it may satisfy one relation or it may not satisfy another relation. It's according to the condition of R. Okay, if R satisfies all the three conditions, all the three relations, then we call it as R is an equivalence relation. If it satisfies all the three conditions. When can we say R is an equivalence relation? If it is reflexive, symmetric, and transitive, then we can tell R is an equivalence relation. These are all the basic relations. These three are the basic relations. If R satisfies all the three relations, then we call it as equivalence relation. Okay. R is defined on the set of all positive integers by M related to N if M divides N. Okay, what is the condition here, ma? M is related to N if M divides N. Okay, So we have to check for its reflexivity, symmetricity and transitivity. Okay, so we have to first, if to prove it is reflexive, okay, to check the reflexive relation, the number m should be related to m, right? Okay, so m divides n means what? It is some 2 divides 4, right? 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2. So 2 divides 4. Okay. So to prove it is reflexive, we should prove m is related to m. Okay. That means m divides m. Okay. Any number can divide itself. Okay. We may take 7. 7 divides 7. Right. Any number can divide itself. So m is related to m. So the reflexive relation, the first relation, yes, it is reflexive. Okay. So to prove the second condition, symmetric, it should be m should be related to n. Similarly, n should be related to m. Okay. So shall we check this? 2 divides 4. For example, we took 2 divides 4. Okay. So m divides, m is related to n means we can take 2 divides 4. M divides n. Okay. So, but we have to check whether n is related to m. Okay. 2 divides 4 is correct. First, but if I write 4 divides 2, is it right or wrong? 4 divides 2 means it is 2 by 4. It's not a real whole number. Okay, it's not, it's some rational number. Okay, it's some fraction. So, m may divide n, but not in all the cases we can tell n divides m. Okay, so this condition, symmetric condition, it is not satisfied. It is not symmetric. Okay, because m divides n, but not in all the cases n divides m. Similar, next, transitive. To prove this condition, m should be related to n is related to L, then we should prove that, here also we have to prove this, n is related to L, we have to prove m is related to L. Okay, with this example, we see this. Okay, so m is related to n. So the first condition, 2 divides 4. I take the same thing, m as 2 and n as 4. Yes, 2 divides 4. It is correct, but this is wrong, right? And n is related to L. 4 divides some other number. We can take 8 or 16, anything. 4 divides 16. Yes. That implies, can we write m related to L? So, if 2 divides 4 and 4 divides 16, then 4 must divide 2 must divide 16. Right? So, if m is related to n, if m divides n and if n divides L, then obviously m divides L. Okay, 2 kandipa 16. எந்த நம்பர் எடுத்தாலும் அது 16 டிவைட், அந்த தேர்ட் நம்பரை கண்டிப்பாக என்ன செய்யும், டிவைட் பண்ணும். ஓகே, ஸோ திஸ் ரிலேஷன் இஸ் transitive. Okay, So it is not an equivalence relation. Two conditions are satisfied, but this is not satisfied. So it is not an equivalence relation. P is the set of all straight lines, or is a relation defined as L is related to M. L is related to M if L is perpendicular to M. These are all the in the plane of set of all straight lines. Okay. So first condition, reflexive. Okay. To prove that L should be related to L. Okay. L should related to L. But in the plane of set of all straight lines, we can take a line L. Okay. Any line can be parallel to itself, but no line can be perpendicular to itself. Okay. In the line ku idu perpendicular irukadu, parallel nu vena sollalam. Okay. So it is not reflective. Okay. Next, symmetric. You can understand now. Okay. If L is related to M, L is a straight line. Okay. And M is a line perpendicular to M. It is L and it is M. Okay. If L is related to M, L is perpendicular to M. Okay. So these two lines are perpendicular lines. That implies M is also related to N. Okay. That means M also perpendicular to L. M also perpendicular to L. Okay. Is it possible? Yes. If L is perpendicular to M, M is also perpendicular to L. Okay. So in this case, it is symmetric. Okay. And the third condition, transitive. Will it satisfy? Okay. L is related to M. That means L is perpendicular to M. And M is perpendicular to N, another line. Okay. L is perpendicular to M and M is perpendicular to N. Will it implies L is perpendicular to N? Okay. Here. So we can take similarly, L is a straight line here. It is L and it is a perpendicular line M, and another line N that is perpendicular to M. Another line that is perpendicular to M. So it have to come like this only. Okay. So now can you tell L is perpendicular to N? No. Because if this line is perpendicular to M, that means these two lines are parallel. L and N are parallel. So it is not transitive. So it is not an equivalence relation, not reflexive, not transitive. Symmetricity is the only condition that's satisfied by this. Okay. So it's not an equivalence relation. A is the set of all members of the family. A is related to B if A is not a sister of B. Okay. A is not a sister of B. Okay. A reflexive relation. First, whether the first condition, whether A is related to A. Okay. We can take any member, but they cannot be the sister of their own. Okay. So a father, we may take a father cannot be a sister for himself. We may take a girl, that girl cannot be a sister of herself. Right. Okay. So A is not a sister. When A is related to A is not a sister of A. Sister of A. So R is reflexive. Okay, we can take the second one. A is related to B. Is it implies B is related to A? That's what we have to prove, right? If A is related to B, if B is also related to A, then this condition is symmetric. So, if A is related to B means A is not a sister. A is not a sister of B. Right. In a house, a boy and a girl are there. Okay. In a house, a boy and a girl are there. Okay, brother and sister. Okay. Here, this boy is not a sister of this G. Right. He is a boy and he is not the sister of this girl. Okay. But this girl is the sister of him. Right. This girl is the sister of him. So, A may not be the sister of B. A may not be the sister of B, but here in this case, but B is the sister of A. So, B is the sister of A. So, A may be related to B. This relation may satisfy in this condition, but not all the cases of B is related to A. So, it cannot imply, it does not imply. Okay. So, R is not reflexive. A is not a sister of B nu B is not a sister of A nu vanduduna adu symmetric. Sorry, not reflexive, symmetric. It is not symmetric. Okay. So, A is not a sister of B B is not the sister of A nu vandudunu sonna symmetric sollalam. But here B is the sister. It is not, but here it is the sister. So, we couldn't tell. Third condition, A is related to B and B may be related to C. Is it possible A is related to C? That means A is not the sister of B and B is not the sister of C. Does it imply A is not the sister of C? Okay. So, for example, I take a father and his two daughters, D1 and D2. Okay. I take it as A and this as B and this as C. Okay. So, A is related to B. That means A is not the sister of B. Yes. Father A, the daughter A is not the sister of father. Yes. D1 is not the sister of father. Okay. And B is related to C. Similarly, the father is not the sister of daughter. Okay. Here father is not the sister of daughter too. B is not the sister of C. So, in these two cases, our condition satisfied. Okay. But we have to check whether A is not the sister of B. Because if A is related to C, A is not the sister of C nu varno. Okay. But here, A is not the sister of B and B is not the sister of C, but they two are sisters. Okay, yeah. These two daughters are sisters. So, A is the sister of C. Okay, so this condition is not satisfied. A is related to B and B is related to C, but it doesn't imply A is related to C. So, R is not transitive. Transitivity is not possible. So, here it is reflexive but not symmetric but not transitive. So, this is not an equivalence relation. A is the set of all, the fourth one. It is the fourth one. A is the set of all female members of the family. In the previous problem, it is the set of all members, but here now it is the set of all female members of the family. A is related to B if A is not the sister, not a sister of B. Yes, the first condition, A is related to A. Yes, anyone cannot be a sister of themselves, right? So, A is related to A. That means A is not a sister of A. So, it is reflexive. It satisfies the condition. Second one, A is related to B. Does it implies B is related to A? Yes, if A is not the sister of B, then obviously B is also not the sister of A. Okay, so A is not the sister of B, and B is not a sister of A. So R is symmetric. The third condition, A is related to B and B is related to C. Does it implies A is related to C? We have to check it. Okay. So, here now in the family only female members are there. So, a mother and 2 daughters. Let's take like this. Okay. As we saw in the previous problem, A is related to B. That means A is not a sister of B. Yes, the mother is not the sister of daughter. And this daughter too is not the sister of mother. Okay. So, here the mother is not the sister of D1 and D2. D2 is also not the sister of M. But they two are sisters. D1 and D2 are sisters. Okay. So, A may be related to B and B may be related to C, but it doesn't imply A is related to C. So, here A is not the sister and A is not the sister of B and B is not the sister of C, but A is the sister of D. So, it doesn't imply. That implies R is not transitive. So, it is not an equivalence relation. Second question. Let X is equal to set of all A, B, C, D and R is equal to set of ordered pairs AA, BB and AC. Write down the minimum number of ordered pairs to be included to R to make it reflexive. To make it reflexive, what are all the pairs to be added? We know relation wants to satisfy this condition, reflexive relation. If any relation to be as a reflexive relation, it should map to itself. That means A should map to A, B should map to B and C should map to C. So, to be a reflexive relation, R is equal to A, B, B, C, C and D, D. Okay, here only 2 conditions are there, A and B, B is there. So, the terms to be added or that set of ordered pairs to be added are C, C and D, D. If we add C, C and D, D to this R, then this condition, this R satisfies the reflexive relation. So, to be added is C, C and D, D. Okay. Second one, if the relation is to be symmetric, then what's the condition, ma? If A is related to B, then B also should be related to A. Look at our function, the relation. Here A, A is the first term. If A is related to A, then again A is related to A. Even in the reverse case also, the same term is there. Similarly, if B is related to B, B is also related to B. So, B, B is also there. What about this? A is related to C, but to make it as a reflexive symmetric function, to make it as a symmetric relation, C comma A also should be there. Okay, if A is related to C, then C is also related to A. C should be related to A. Okay, so the term to be added is C comma A. So A is related to C and C is related to A. So the relation is the symmetric relation. To make it transitive, so A is related to A, again A is related to A. Okay, so we couldn't add any terms here. Look at this, B is related to B and B is again related to B. So we couldn't add. Here A is related to C, but C term is not there. Okay, but A is related to A. Okay, in this case A is related to A, again A is related to C. Okay, so A is related to A and A is related to A again, but that A is related to C. Okay, so but in this case, if B is related to B, in the reverse also B is related to B. Okay, no B terms are there. But here A comma C, for this A comma C, these two terms make it as a transitive condition. So no terms, no other terms to be added to make the condition transitive. It is already transitive. Okay. To make this relation as an equivalence relation, what are all the terms to be added? If a relation is an equivalence relation, it should be reflexive, it should be symmetric and it should be transitive. Okay, so these are all the terms. If we add these terms to R, then this relation R will be an equivalence relation. So to be added, we have to add C comma C, D comma D, and in this case C comma A. Here to make it transitive, no terms can be added. Okay, so to make this relation as an equivalence relation, we have to add these three terms. Okay, now it is an equivalence relation. On the set of natural numbers, R is defined by x is related to y if x plus 2y is equal to 1. N is the set of natural numbers. Okay, and x is the relation, R is the relation if x related to y if x plus 2y is equal to 1. If it satisfies this condition, okay, we have to check whether x plus 2y is equal to 1 or satisfies the conditions, the reflexive relation, symmetric relation and transitive relation. First, we have to check whether it is reflexive. That means, reflexive means x is related to x. That's what we have to do. So x plus 3x is equal to 1. Right, x plus 2x, because instead of y I am substituting x, because this is reflexive relation is the relation. Okay, the function, the relation should go from x to x. So x plus 2x is equal to 1. That is 3x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 1 by 3. But on the set of natural numbers, it is not a natural number. So it is not reflexive. It doesn't belongs to N. Okay, so it is not reflexive. Now we should come to the condition symmetric. Okay, before going to that, x plus 2y is equal to 1. That's the condition. And x and y belongs to N. Okay, will you tell me two numbers that satisfies this condition? The numbers, you have to add that so that you get 1. 1 is the least among natural numbers. It is the smallest number. So we cannot find two numbers such that their sum is equal to 1. Okay, so even this condition itself, we couldn't find any values, right? So it is an empty set. We couldn't find any elements of this set. So it is the empty relation. Okay, whenever a relation is an empty relation, it satisfies symmetric and transitive conditions. All empty relations does not satisfy reflexive, but empty relations satisfy symmetric and transitive condition. Because x is related to y. To prove it is symmetric, x is related to y, that implies y is related to x. Okay, so to prove this condition, first you should have x is related to y. Even that set is empty. We couldn't find any elements to prove this condition. So whenever in empty relation, whenever x is related to y, that implies y is related to x. Whenever. Okay. Similarly, this holds to transitive relation. Okay. So the same concept goes on transitive relation also. X is related to y and y is related to z. That implies x is related to z. This is the condition that we have to prove for transitive. But it is an empty relation. So whenever x is related to y and y is related to z, obviously x is related to z. So it is symmetric and it is transitive. Okay, so only reflexive condition is not satisfied for empty relations. Okay, so this relation R is symmetric and transitive. Let A is equal to ABC and R is equal to AA, BB and A comma C. So write down the minimum number of ordered pairs to be included to R to make it reflexive, symmetric, transitive and equivalence relation. It is similar to the previous problem. Okay. First we have to prove the condition is reflexive. What are all the pairs we need to add to this relation? Or they have given few terms in or already. To make it as a reflexive relation, what are all the terms we have to add? To make it as reflexive relation, a function should map to itself, right? A should go to A. So to be a reflexive relation, the terms to be there are A comma A, B comma B and C comma C. Here A comma A is there, B comma B is there. So term to be added is C comma C. This is the only term we need to add to R to make it as a reflexive relation. Second, symmetric. Okay. The minimum terms of ordered pairs to be included. They are asking that only. Even in the previous problem also, the minimum number of pairs, not all the pairs. Okay. So here for the symmetric relation, if A is reflexive to A, again A is reflective to A. Similarly, B is related to B, again B is related to B. In the reverse also. But here A is related to C. But no element is here to ensure that C is related to A. Okay. So the term to be added is C comma A. Okay, if we add this to the relation R, then A is related to C, then C is also related to A. Okay, so this is the only term to be added to this R to make the relation symmetric. Now, transitive. The first is A to A, so it is transitive. B to B, again B to B. Okay. Similarly, A to C, here A to A and A to C. Okay. So, no terms to be added to make it the condition transitive because it is already transitive. Okay. So, to make it as an equivalence relation, the terms to be added are C comma C and C comma A. These two terms needs to be added to make this relation or an equivalence relation. Next question, fourth one. Let P be the set of all triangles and R be the relation defined on P as A is related to B if A is similar to B. Prove that R is an equivalence relation. Okay, to prove it is an equivalence relation, we have to prove it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Okay, so first, reflexive relation. Okay, to make this relation reflexive, actually it is the set of all triangles. If the triangle A is similar to the triangle B, then this relation is satisfied. A is related to B if A is similar to B. Okay. So, first for reflexive relation, we have to prove A is related to A. Yes, it is a triangle. Any triangle is similar to itself. Right. Any triangle is similar to itself. So, A is related to A. It is reflexive. What's the second condition? Symmetric. Okay, so A is related to B implies B is related to A. We have to check it. So, triangle A is related to B. That implies A is similar to B. The triangle A is similar to triangle B. Then that implies B is also similar to A. Okay. So if A is similar to B, then B also should be similar to A. So that implies it is symmetric. Third condition, transitive. If A is related to B and B is related to B is related to C, we have to check whether A is related to C. Okay, if A is related to B means triangle A is similar to the triangle B. And triangle B is similar to triangle C. A and B are similar. B and C are also similar. That implies A is similar to A should be similar to C. So, it is transitive. So, this thing, here we have proved that this relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. So, it is an or is an equivalence relation. On the set of natural numbers, let R be the relation defined by A is related to B if 2A plus 3B is equal to 30. Write down the relation by listing all the pairs. Check whether it is reflexive, symmetric or transitive equivalence. Okay, all the four conditions we have to verify with this relation. Or is okay, A is related to B if 2A plus 3B is equal to 30. First we have to list out the pairs that can satisfy this equation. Okay, on the set of natural numbers. So N is the set of all natural numbers. A is related to B if 2A plus 3B is equal to 30. So we have to find the A and B that satisfies this condition. Okay. So first let's simplify this. 2A plus 3B is equal to 30. 2A is equal to 30 minus 3B. A is equal to 30 minus 3B divided by 2 is equal to 15 minus 3 by 2B. Okay. So I have to substitute some values for B and should get the value of A. Okay. So, but the answer should be in the set of natural numbers. No fractions are allowed. Okay. So, multiples of 2 only I can substitute for B so that I get the value of A. Okay. So, when B is equal to 2, A becomes 15 minus 3 by 2 into 2. So, 2 to cancel, 15 minus 3, it is 12. So, the first pair in the relation is 12, 2. Okay, A is 12 and B is 2. When B is equal to 4, A is equal to 15 minus 3 by 2 into 4. 1 2 is 2, 2 2s are 4. So, 3 2s are 6. 15 minus 6, it is 9. So, the second pair is A is 9, B is 4. So, 9, 4. Okay. Now, B is equal to 6. Then A is equal to 15 minus 3 by 2 into 6. So, 1 2 is 2, 3 2s are 6, 3 3s are 9. 15 minus 3, 15 minus 9, it is 6. So, A is also 6, B is also 6. So, 6, 6. Okay. B is equal to 8. If B is equal to 8, A is equal to 15 minus 3 by 2 into 8. 1 2 is 2, 4 2s are 8, 3 4s are 12, 15 minus 12, it is 3. So, the 8, 3 is the next pair. B is equal to 10. A is equal to 15 minus 3 by 2 into 10. 2, 5 times. What happened? 5 3s are 15. 15 minus 15, it is 0. But it is not on the set of natural numbers. So, up to this we can stop. Okay, we should not write for B is equal to 10. We couldn't. So, now R is the relation that contains the pairs 12, 2, 9, 4, 6, 6 and 8, 3. We have to check whether it is reflexive or transitive and symmetric. Okay, so that we can tell whether it is an equivalence relation or not. Okay, so first condition is reflexive. Whether it is reflexive? No. 6, 6. Okay. The reflexive means A should be related to A. Right? But here only 6, 6. The elements of the set A, the first set is 12, 9, 6 and 8. The elements of the set B is 2, 4, 6 and 3. Okay. But if it is reflexive means all the elements should be related to itself. But only 6, 6 is related to itself. So, no 3, 3, no 4, 4, no 2, 2. Okay. So, it is not reflexive. Second one, symmetric. To prove the condition to be symmetric, A is related to B, that implies B is related to A. But here we couldn't find any relations like that. 12 is related to 2. But here no 2, 12 is there. 9, 4. 9 is related to 4. But 4 is not related to 9. 6, 6. This is the only condition. Okay. 8, 3. 8 is related to 3. But 3 is not related to 8. So, it is not symmetric. Third one, transitive. Transitive means if A is related to B and B is related to C, that implies A is related to C. Okay. It is 3, 8 ma, because A is 3 and B is 8. So 3, 8. Okay. Check. So transitive means A should be related to B and B should be related to C. That implies A is related to C. Okay. Look at our set ma. Look at our relation. R is equal to 12, 2, 9, 4, 6, 6 and 3, 8. The first ordered pair is 12, 2. Here 2, something. No number is there like that. Okay, no number is here. 12, 2 is there. For this 2, I couldn't find any pair. Similarly, 9, 4 is there. But no element starts with 4. 4, something. Okay. Similarly, 3, 8 is here. 8, something. No number is there. No pair, no ordered pairs are there. Okay. So, whenever அந்த மாதிரி இருந்தால் தான் நம்மளால் transitive prove பண்ண முடியும். So, whenever A is, it is almost like empty relation. Okay. A is related to B and B is related to C. That implies A is related to C. Okay. But here we doesn't have A related to B and B related to C. But whenever we have, we can prove this. Okay. We can see for A is related to C, this term. Okay. But here no A related to B and no B related to C is here. So, it is transitive. Whenever I have these elements, I can prove this. But now, these elements are not here in the relation. Okay, so it is transitive. What about the equivalence relation? It is not reflexive and not symmetric, only transitive. So, it is not an equivalence relation. Prove that the relation friendship is not an equivalence relation on the set of all people in Chennai. Okay, to prove it an equivalence relation, the three conditions should be satisfied: reflexive, symmetric, and transitive. Okay, but here we have to prove it is not an equivalence relation. We'll check the first condition. It is reflexive. Reflexive means A should be related to A. Okay, anybody can be, okay, anybody or anyone can be a friend of himself. Are you agree with me? Friend of herself. Okay, anybody can be a friend of herself or himself. So this relation is reflexive. Second condition, symmetric. If A is related to B, B also should be related to A. Okay, so if A is a friend of B, then that implies B is also a friend of A. Right. Third one, transitive. So it is symmetric or is symmetric. Third one, transitive. If A is related to B and B is related to C, then we have to prove A is related to C. Okay. So A is related to B means A is a friend of B. B is related to C means B is a friend of C. But it doesn't mean that A is the friend of C. Okay, A is a friend of B only. B is a friend of C. A may not know C. Okay, so that doesn't implies A is a friend of C. இருக்கணும் condition கிடையாது. Okay, so or is not transitive. Okay, so it is reflexive and it is symmetric, but it is not transitive. So or is not an equivalence relation. It is not an equivalence relation. On the set of natural numbers, let R be the relation defined by A is related to B if A plus B less than or equal to C. 6. Write down the relation by listing all the pairs. We have to list all the pairs of R. Okay. Check whether it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. It should be the set of, okay, in the set of natural numbers, what are all the values that satisfies this condition? A plus B less than or equal to 6. The ordered pairs we have to list it now. So, shall we start with 1? Because it's a set of natural numbers. So, 1, the value should be less than or equal to 6. So, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5. But I could not write 1, 6 because the sum is 7. It should be less than or equal to 6. Okay. So, into 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4. Shall I write 2, 5? No. Okay, it will exceed 6. So, I'll stop with this 2, 4. Now 3 comma 1, 3 comma 2 and 3 comma 3. That's it. 4 comma 1 and 4 comma 2. Next 5 comma 1. That's it. Okay. These are all the set of ordered pairs. Now we have to check whether it is reflexive or symmetric or transitive. Okay. So reflexive. Shall we check? Reflexive relation means the numbers should be related to itself. Okay, if A is related to A. So here 1 comma 1 is there, 2 comma 2 is there, 3 comma 3 is also there, but when I take this 4, 4 comma 4 is not here. So 4 comma 4 does not belongs to R. R la illa the element. So it is not reflexive. For all conditions it should satisfy. Okay, even you can find one number that shouldn't satisfy that condition. Okay, we can take it. Next, symmetric. Symmetric means A is related to B, then should implies B is also related to A. Okay, shall we find? Let's take 1 comma 3. 1 comma 3 is there, 3 comma 1 is also there. 1 comma 5 is there, 5 comma 1 is also there. 2 comma 3 is there, 3 comma 2 also there. So for all the elements, okay, in the set of ordered pairs, for all the elements, I can find the symmetric relation. So it is symmetric. This relation R is symmetric. Now to the third condition, transitive. Okay. So to prove it is transitive, if A is related to B and B is related to C, it should imply A is related to C. So you have to find these two. Okay. So I'll take example. 3 comma 2 is there. Okay. So 3 is related to 2 and 2 is related to 4. Okay, I take this example. 3 is related to 2 and 2 is related to 4. These two elements belongs to R. Okay, but by the condition of transitive, 3 comma 4 also should belong to R, right? 3 comma 2, 2 comma 4 belongs to R means if 3 comma 4 is also there in the set in R, then we can say it is transitive. But here 3 comma 4 does not belongs to R. R la illa appdi oru term. So it is not transitive. Okay, so it is symmetric but not reflexive and not transitive. So it is not an equivalence relation. A is equal to set of A, B, C. What is the equivalence relation of smallest cardinality on A, and what is the equivalence relation of largest cardinality on A? Okay. So the set A contains 3 elements A, B, C. So I have to write the equivalence relation or the set of terms okay, that has the smallest cardinality, the minimum number. Okay, so I can write A comma A, B comma B and C comma C. Okay, so these are the elements of smallest cardinality, minimum number of elements. Okay, is this an equivalence relation? Yes, it should be reflexive. Here A comma A, B comma B, C comma C, it is there, so it is reflexive. Second one, we have to prove it is symmetric, right? So to prove it is symmetric, if A is related to B, then B also should be related to A. But here I couldn't find any elements, okay, so that I can prove that. So if A comma A, then again A comma A. B comma B, it's again B comma B. C comma C, it's again C comma C. So with this minimum number of elements, I can prove the symmetric relation. Okay, similarly for transitive relation also, I couldn't find any element. So whenever I can find, I can prove that. So no need to prove that also. So here R is an equivalence relation. With smallest cardinality, what it is? 3. Cardinality means the number of elements. With smallest cardinality, 3. R1. Now, what is the equivalence relation of largest cardinality? So R2. Largest cardinality means you have to write all the elements. This is the set A. Okay. So the relation, and it contains all the elements of A cross A. So the set of ordered pairs, okay, that can be formed with the set A. So A comma A comma B, A comma C, B comma A, B comma B, B comma C, C comma A, C comma B and C comma C. Okay, these are all the possible elements. So now we have to check whether it is an equivalence relation. The first one, whether it is reflexive. Yes, A comma A is there, B comma B and C comma C is also there. So it is reflexive. To prove it is symmetric, if A comma B is here, then B comma A also should be there. If A comma C is there, C comma A also should be there. If C comma B is there, B comma C also should be there. So for all elements, I can find the reflexive condition. Okay, reflexive relation. So it is symmetric relation. So it is R2 is symmetric. Now what about transitive? A is related to B and B is related to C. That implies A is related to C. I have that also. For example, if I take A is related to B and B is related to C, I have another element that goes A to C. If I take this element B goes to C and A goes to C, I have another element that has B comma C. Okay, so for all the elements, I can prove the transitive relation also. So R2 is an equivalence relation. What is the cardinality here? With largest cardinality equal to 9. 9 elements are there, equal to 9. In the set Z of integers, m is related to n if m minus n is divisible by 7. M minus n is divisible by 7. Prove that R is an equivalence relation. M minus n is divisible by 7 means some number that can be divided by 7. Okay. In the set Z of integers. Integers means what? All positive numbers and as well negative numbers are also included in that. Okay. So 0, 7, 14, 21, like that we can take the terms. These are all the terms, numbers that are divisible by 7. Even the positive numbers and negative number, plus or minus, okay, are all the numbers that is divisible by 7. We have to prove now it is an equivalence relation. So these three conditions must be satisfied: reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Okay, so first, to prove it is reflexive, m should be related to m, right? So m should be related to m. That implies m minus m. What is m minus m? It is equal to 0, and 0 is divisible by 7. 0 is divisible by all numbers, so it is reflexive. Okay, m is related to m, so m minus m, because when m is related to n, they have given the condition that m minus n is divisible by 7. Here m is related to m, so m minus m is equal to 0. Second one, to prove it is symmetric, if m is related to n, n also should be related to m. Okay, so m is related to n means m minus n is divisible by 7. That means m minus n is equal to some multiple of 7, that is 7k, some multiple of 7. Okay, now we have to prove n is related to m. So n is related to m means n minus m. Is it? N minus n. M is related to n means m minus n. So n is related to m means n minus m. Okay, I take minus as common. It has become minus of m minus n. Okay, what is m minus n? It is 7k. So that is equal to minus 7k. So n minus m is minus 7k. So n minus m is also divisible by 7. It is also divisible by 7. So R is symmetric. Because m is related to n, and we proved that n is also related to m. And now the third condition. If m is related to n and n is related to some L, it should be implies m is related to L. Okay. So m is related to n means m minus n. It is divisible by 7, that is some multiple of 7, 7k1. Next, n is related to L means n minus L. It is also divisible by 7. Okay, so it is 7k2, some constant. But what we have to prove now, m is related to L. That is, okay, shall we check it? M is related to L means m minus L is also equal to some multiple of 7. This also should be divisible by 7. So m minus L. Now to make the calculation, I am adding a n and subtracting. So m minus n plus n minus L. Okay, I am adding and subtracting n. That is equal to m minus n plus n minus L. What is m minus n? It is 7k1. What is n minus L? It is 7k2. That is equal to 7 into k1 plus k2, some constant. Okay, so m minus L is also divisible by 7, some multiple of k. Okay, so here now it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. So I can tell that it is an or is an equivalence relation.